Hello friends, Rick here from Rock Island on 4 October, Rock Island, Illinois. I'll speak tonight about something that was very impressive and really hit the nail on the head. And so, it's Deion Sanders, and I had to fact check this myself to make sure the research it was true, and it was. He recently suspended 2 players for a game or so from his team because they knelt at the national anthem when he told them not to. And I'm going to paraphrase, he had a whole discourse of what he told his team when this happened. I'm going to paraphrase it accurately. Basically, in a nutshell, what he says, you have a right to stand for what you want to believe. I agree, 100%. But there's a time and place to do it, and there's a time and place not to do it. I also agree 100%. Bingo, and that's the issue here. It's always been the issue. All these people say you don't like Colin Kaepernick because he's black, and that's why you're making a complaint. No. It has nothing to do with anything. Deion Sanders, who's also black, hit the nail on the head. You don't do things to attract attention and controversy just for its own sake. If you want something to say, this guy could have easily, in the off-season, on his own time, gone to talk shows, gone to organizations to express what he believes, whether you believe with what he had to say or not. But he chose to attract attention to himself and cause controversy and all kinds of discontent around the league. Some people kneeling, some people not, cause all kinds of problems for no reason at all. Because he wanted attention to himself. Now, some of these people who say, excuse me, or he has a right. You don't think he has a right to stand for what he wants? Yeah, but how about the people that go and pay expensive money to see a football game and want to see about 3 hours of time away from problems in politics? Not everybody wants to listen to freaking politics at a game and bring that in. How about those people's rights? He doesn't represent everybody. That's the thing. It's only those people are supposed to be, oh, they have a right. How about the people who go there and don't want anything to do with that? They have no say? They have no right? See, this is the problem. Colin Kaepernick never wanted to do things with respect. He started out wearing socks with pictures of pigs, trying to say that's the cops, and these controversial t-shirts. He never wanted to do things with respect. And that's the problem. He never chose, in all these years where he supposedly wants to play, come on the league. I remember a couple years ago, he supposedly wanted to play, and he had these trial with his receivers. I remember Stephen A. Smith, who's been, from day one, has been very wary of him, said he doesn't want to play. It's all a show. Now, recently he wants to play for the Jets. Look, it's 7 years he hasn't played in the league, and he's 36 years old. It's a joke. He wants to say he played. We're going to play and get hurt the first game or two. He wants to play just to say he beat the system. It's all an ego political thing for him. Nobody in their right mind is going to give this guy any type of long-term or decent contract for somebody who's 36 and hasn't played in 7 years. And he wasn't even at the top of his game when he left. That doesn't even make any logical sense. It's just to say I beat the system. Here's the thing. This guy supposedly wants to have respect. And yet, a couple years ago, when he was trying to make the comeback, and they had this whole thing where he was in this arena throwing and showing teams that he could still come back, he sits there and calls the NFL, it's like slavery. That's just his words. You don't believe me? Google it. All right? Slavery. People making $8-10 million a year. That's slavery. Boy, if slavery was like that years ago, nobody would have want to leave. 8 to 10 people making millions of dollars. Slavery? So you want to come back, supposedly, to this league, and you're saying things like that? That's like going to an interview for a job, and you start talking shit about the supervisor and the owner at the interview. You think you're going to get the job? Probably not. So this guy has he's never once, it's one thing if he would have said, look, I know I probably shouldn't have done this. I still stand for what I believe. I still stand for what I believe is oppressions and all this stuff. Okay, fine, that's your opinion. But I probably shouldn't have approached it like that. I was wrong for that. So I'm still going to stand for the same thing, but I'm not going to ever do that on the field again. And I apologize to the league for that. No, he never did that. He just doubles down on it and insults more, calling them like slavery and all this different crap that he did a couple years ago. There is no remorse in him. So again, when you keep insulting this league that you're supposed to want to play for, who's going to want you around? So Sanders was right. There's a time and a place, because a person with respect, that respects everybody's opinion and wants you to respect theirs, is going to say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to cause controversy. I want people to hate each other. It's not what it's about. If I have something to say, I'm going to do it in the proper forum where people are receptive and can have a give and take conversation. That's not what he did. He wanted attention to himself. He knew it was going to cause people to have all kinds of hatred, because that's what happened. This one kneels, that one didn't. This one doesn't want to come out for the national anthem. This is what happened. He didn't do it with respect. He's never done it with respect. He doesn't care about that. He cares about his agenda and saying, even if I played 1/4 of one game, then he gets hurt. He was there in the field. Just to say, what good can you possibly think you're going to do a team when you haven't played in 7 years and you're closer to 40 than you are 30? None. It's just about you. So Deion Sanders, I stand with you. You were 100% correct. You weren't cutting him down. You're telling your players who you suspended, do this. We need to be with unity as one team. Not some people do their thing, some people do the other thing. How can that possibly help any type of team when you have people divided, bringing in politics in the game? No. We stand with unity. If you have something to say on your own time, which is your business, then you do it. I stand with you, Deion Sanders. You were 100% correct. Thumbs up. It's Rick here. Have a great night. God bless.